This is the 30-day cycling challenge. Before I started this, we were only about a month and a half into the new year, and you know, I wasn't really in the best shape of my life since gyms closed, Christmas food, and winter just making me hungry for a lack of hibernation. It's safe to say I was not as low in body fat as with my last sports challenge, the swimming challenge for 30 days last year. I also got bombarded by the YouTube algorithm with a lot of videos about people's resolutions and workout challenges, and I was just thinking to myself, what are you trying to tell me, YouTube? And then because of sheer peer pressure, I'm kidding of course, kind of, I thought, why wouldn't I try a sports challenge again myself? And I happen to have this fine piece of equipment here, this 15-year-old cheap ass workout bike that is obviously not in the best shape of its life anymore, but I figured what the hell, let's just cycle a lot for a month and see what happens. So the goal of this video is cycle for 30 days to try and get in better shape and basically try to shred down. The rules are maintaining my normal diet to isolate the effects of the cycling as much as possible, because I want to see what the effects are of just cycling on my body. Also, never skip a day, and the end goal is obviously also to become faster and stronger and build some more endurance in cycling as well. My personal kind of arbitrary goal is 2,000 kilometers, which is roughly the distance from Berlin to Madrid, or almost the distance from New York to Miami, which seems like a lot, but we'll see how it goes. So for the next 30 days, I'll be cycling hours on this old bike every day and see what the results are. So this is the starting point at day 1, and then I just started with a little cycle on the first day. This is day 2 of the challenge. I'm now 48 kilometers in about 90 minutes. That's the first 50-kilometer session that I've done. Keep going for a little bit, maybe go slightly past the 50-kilometer mark, and then do a second, smaller session later in the day. So I ended up doing 100 kilometers on that second day, which was a mistake. I wasn't used to doing any cycling whatsoever before this challenge, so something I hadn't accounted for was just sitting on a saddle for that long. My butt hurt. My muscles were also pretty fatigued pretty easily after those first 100 kilometers. So yeah, I just took it a little easier 2 days after that, and then from there on, I just gradually started increasing the distance again. I got a total in of just under 500 kilometers in that first week. So yeah, I'm pretty happy. On to week 2 now. The hardest part of this challenge is the monotony. This stuff gets boring really quickly after the first 10 days. I found a system to get me through the cycles a little bit easier. The system consists of watching Netflix, learning Swedish, because I'm also doing that challenge at the same time, or just jamming to some music. Those 3 things were the main things to keep my mind busy and get me through the monotony, basically. Also, you might be wondering why I'm not cycling outside instead of on that rinky-dink thing. That's because there's a lot of snow and ice during this time, and I just want to keep the activity like uniform so that the metrics actually make sense, because there's a big difference between cycling outside and cycling indoor on that thing that I've standing there in terms of difficulty. It's just harder to cycle outside, and I just want everything to kind of make sense, so I just stick to one activity. I'm at day 16 now of the challenge. I've clocked in about 1,150 kilometers so far. Yeah, my legs are really sore because I did 130 kilometers, which was the biggest session so far. So today I'm just gonna take it a little easier. But yeah, just gonna keep going. So to go a little bit more into detail about the food situation, I just have a regular diet. In the morning, I'll usually have some milk with cornflakes or some porridge, and then 2 more regular meals throughout the day. In terms of macro split, something like 40, 30, 30, protein, carbs, fats, and I don't really skip out on any snacks either. So I'll have 3 meals in a day and 1 to 2 snacks a day as well. Throughout the month, there were about 3 occasions where I had some alcohol as well, where my friends and I were just meeting up online and just catching up and stuff. So yeah, to have a rough guess of what I usually consume every day, it's something between 2,000 and 3,000 calories. Often just depending on how hungry I am, and that is directly tied to how much I cycle during that day. I'm struggling quite a bit right now with motivation. My legs are just super tired. I don't know why. This is the first time ever since the first couple days that I really feel like I need a little bit more rest because I've been going every day. But that reminds me of this quote that I've had in my mind. True discipline and commitment is only known on the days where you're not feeling up to it. That's where you actually make the difference. That's where you can show that you're actually committed. So I'm just gonna do that, stay committed, stay disciplined, and still get in, I don't know, 75 kilometers or something today, and then call it a day. All right, here we go. Then I just kept cycling for the remainder of week 3 and week 4 fairly consistently, which leads me to the end of 4 weeks, 28 days. Just to give a little overview so far, this is what I cycled. In the first week, I cycled about 500 kilometers. In the second week, I cycled 540 kilometers. In the third week, 550. and in the 4th week, 565. All right, the last 2 days start now. I'm up at 2,150 kilometers now. I kind of want to end with a nice round number, so I was thinking like, what if I can make it to 2,500? But that would mean that I have to do 350 kilometers in 2 days, where my legs are already tired. I did 104 kilometers yesterday. I did about 90 something the day before. 150 is that's more than the maximum that I've done so far. I would try to do 150 today and then 200 tomorrow. I'm not sure this is a good idea. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to actually do that, but it's worth a try, I guess. My legs are, they're just gonna be mashed by the end of this. But hey, part of the challenge, right? I just finished a 150K. I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow because like my legs are already pretty much dead now. Tomorrow I have to do another 50K on top of this. So
it was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
We'll see how that goes. I think I feel a cramp coming up right now in my leg, so time to take a shower and stretch. Done about 75 minutes now. I'm around 50K into the cycle, which means another 150K to go. Just as I predicted, my legs are absolutely killing me. Just did the first 100 kilometers, as you can see. I'm on track. I'm down to the last 33 kilometers. It's really starting to get hard now. My legs are tired, but legs aren't really the issue. I put down some socks and some sweatpants underneath my butt, because my butt definitely the problem. Everything is just really uncomfortable. About an hour left. Now it's over. Last 100. There we are. Done. Okay, after cycling that much in the last 2 days, here's what the final stats are. I cycled 2,500 kilometers, cycled about 65 hours in total for about 2 hours and 10 minutes every day on average. I increased my average pace from around 32 to 35 kilometers to 40 to 45 kilometers an hour. So an increase of around 30% there in endurance and speed. And this is what the visual results are at the end of these 30 days. I lost about 3 kilograms, which is not a lot, but that is mainly because I didn't pay attention to changing my diet to something healthier. But it shows that just exercising and maintaining your diet does have quite a big influence on your results in the end. My body fat level dropped with about 2% as well. So this was a great challenge, but I'm not gonna touch that bike for a while now because I'm actually sick of cycling now. The most important part for me aren't the metrics either. It's more that I consistently put the work in and completed another 30-day challenge without skipping a day. It just builds you up and it kind of proves to yourself that you can actually stick to something and you have some discipline, and that just, I don't know, makes you feel good. Oh, and also buy padded shorts if you're ever gonna do cycling. My brother pointed this out to me at the end of the challenge, and I could have just slapped myself because I didn't think of this sooner, and I was in pain so much during these 30 days. Anyways, that was it for the 30-day cycling challenge. I hope you enjoyed it, and let me know if you have any experience with cycling in general or doing a challenge like this. Also, be sure to let me know what challenge I should try out next in terms of sports challenges. That would really help me out a lot to get like inspiration and stuff. Anyways, thanks for watching and hope to see you again in the next video. I appreciate you. Bye.